Welcome to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Stealer, Moon in Taurus, Sun in Cancer. The moon is exalted in Taurus, and the sun is in between exalted Sun in Aries and also fallen Sun in Libra. So something to keep in mind is, you know, certain things that you believe you can do or will happen because you believe it can happen. And the very moment you doubt it won't happen, it won't happen. These minute fluctuations of vibrations and frequency that you put out is strengthening with the moon in Taurus to help you understand the manifestation function and principle through Uranus in the North Node and now Venus in Gemini, so that you could be aware of now psychic functions expressed through your brain's ability to process what you're perceiving to now induce through feeling superpowers. Let me just be real. Superpowers. Cancer is the metahuman zodiac sign and introduction post enlightenment of Gemini to metahuman ability and, are you ready? Superpowers. I don't want to be the superhero or superpower talk guy, but it's important to talk about this because relative to the quarter square we had, you're manifesting psychic powers. And everything that you're manifesting is preparing you to activate soul power with the new moon in Cancer. So this is giving you a literal grounding so that you can get your feet wet and then prepare the right direction. Because this balsamic phase, like any balsamic phase, is you on the cross begging God, like, why have you forsaken me? And God is just like, nigga, you have so much sin on you. Ew, you're disgusting. But like, that's just lore. Something to keep in mind though is don't get so perturbed or put off by any sense of projection on you. You can take it personal. It just doesn't, it's not worth it. Especially just because of you being a part of a collective dynamic. Everyone's getting it. Doesn't matter who you are. So just know that spirit, the great spirit, is not putting you into any situation that you can't handle, okay? And if you're going through it, go through it and don't get stuck here, because the moon in Taurus, you can get stuck, especially in feelings that feel good. The purpose of the feeling is to process it, not to get obsessed or stuck. Unless you're stubborn like me or other Taurus risings, then no one can tell you anything. You're going to do what you do and just learn the hard way later, maybe. I don't know. Some of you stubborn people are smart enough to finesse both ways. But, this is definitely set to be a bit controversial because of the square to Saturn and Aquarius. And this is anchoring higher collective narratives with your own individual twist and spin on how to feel about it. Remember, this is the revolution of the individual. So I'm not necessarily saying to just screw other people's opinions, but screw other people's opinions. Actively find ways to just screw them, okay? Take into consideration them, because you don't want to be in denial of them, but you also want to just, screw them. Almost as if like it's a style. You know what I'm saying? Many of you are installing iOS, fuck it, Android, fuck it, PlayStation, fuck, like this. This is where you're really grounding that operating system real time in context with situations that call for it. Because it's not about just being a rebel without a cause. It's not about just rebelling for no reason. But you're now making a lot more personal what this sense of revolution means to you. And then now let's get to the astrology science, the space meteorology, the language that the moon is making with the sun. By the way, once again, it's pointless. Like all these people who you see rocking their sidereal planets because some Vedic astrologer told them, they're delusional. Like they cannot give you any proof of this outside of, well, I felt Ever since I changed, that's not facts. Don't care about your feelings, honey. It's about science. If you ask me why I know tropical is right, it's because I can give you the science. I can tell you the intersection between the Earth's equator and the sun's ecliptic path. We can even reference actual dates. January 6th, 2020 or 2021, the Capitol riots happened when the Mars was 0 degrees next to Uranus. That would not happen in sidereal. Sidereal, just like the master Astrological has expertly said, sidereal works when you look at ages of a humanity, because now you're looking at things outside the solar system. If you're in Earth, you are governed by the solar system. You are governed by seasons. That's why you have to use tropical. Okay, there's this caveat saying that sidereal is more your soul, and then tropical is your. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, don't ever take anyone serious. And like, I've done this for years. Like, I'm one of the astrologers that has thousands of charts, and then another account for thousands of charts on the astro thing. So like, I do this. Like, I'm not gonna argue with people who just have feelings. Okay, like, it is what it is, and it makes my job harder to have to explain to people why their zodiac sign hasn't changed, only to listen to, what's the word? Rookies, or not rookies, amateurs who can't even tell you the science of why an astrological system works outside of how they feel about it. We're not going to do this, okay? So I just had to put that message out there. Fuck a fucus. There's no 13 zodiac sign. There's no sidereal. That's placebo astrology. Take Vedic principles like nakshatras and apply it to the tropical system. Thank me later. Okay, so the 11th house, I had to say all that because we're getting into real astrology science. The 11th house, okay, of Cancer is Taurus. So you are understanding Moon, the manifestation, Taurus, of the rewards from your career, 11th house, and the belonging that you naturally align to, Moon in the 11th in Taurus. And this is going to bring you money. This is going to bring you wealth. This is going to bring you wealthy friends. This is going to bring you ideas, concepts, and values that add to your worth. Okay, what Cancer wants to ask is, where does the right value belong in your life? So what is the natural receptivity to what you are worth that's going to augment how you feel? All of this is important as grounding to prepare for an ultimate balsamic phase that will release old mechanisms of old perceptions. In that, you're getting ready to activate new soul power through new feelings. So you're going to release old thoughts that this past Gemini season, which activated a new magical ability, has uplifted you out of an old way of thinking so that you can step into a new way of feeling, which is all not rhetoric. This is all, what's the word, jargon necessary to really help you understand how this is setting you up to activate new psychic power. So the new moon Gemini, we activated new magical abilities, a new program, a new way of thinking. Now you're activating new psychic power. And because we had that square, which had you identify it, now Aries season, Taurus season, and Gemini season built the framework for you to think about who you are. Now you must feel it, okay? Because you have these crazies out here and goofies out here having to soundboard other people so that they can justify by telling themselves over and over, I'm this queen, I'm this goddess, I'm this angel, it's just me, blah, blah, blah. And, that's really just cognitive dissonance for them to feel more important than they are. And so they have to make themselves feel like they're this god. Don't get it twisted. We're all fractals of the infinite. But you came here to be human. You did not come here to be the reincarnation of Thor. I don't care who the fuck you are. Some of you are connected to, like, I've met Archangel Michael aspects. I've met someone who said I'm an aspect of Archangel Michael, and his chart proved it. So there's some people who are legit, but like, be very mindful of these people who they don't have a sense of self. So they have to attach to identifying with this god or this goddess. It's pathetic. It's hilarious, but it's pathetic. In some cases, it's necessary. In some cases, you are supposed to wear that identity as training wheels, and then you take off the training wheels. But some people keep it on because they don't realize that you have your own identity, and you didn't come here to be a god. Like, the gods look up to you. The angels look up to you. Like, you have your own unique identity. Though there's this weird hierarchy in spirituality which doesn't really exist. It's not like gods are better than angels. It's souls. Souls are souls. You're multidimensional. You have different aspects. So, like, cut this shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a human and having flaws and making mistakes. Trust me, there's a lot of people who wish they could possess that body of yours just so they could feel, okay? Demons are real. Cursed spirits are real. So don't let this whole spiritual egoism get in the way where you feel you're the only one of this, and you have to, like, down others who might, potentially feel like there's no spirit in that. That's pure like demonic. That's pure evil that is like trying to speak through your ego to convince you by having to project this on others when nobody asked you. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you have to say it over and over is proof. Okay, so don't give into that, because you're going to be revealed deep divine aspects of yourself that if you get too caught up in your ego, you'll get stuck there. And it's not about what you think you are. It's about the function of how you can utilize that. So many people be like, oh, I'm Jesus, I'm Mother Mary, I'm Archangel Michael, I'm Buddha. But, like, when it comes time to manifest proof of that, you got no receipts. I got receipts, okay? And even then, you won't even hear me talking about, oh, I'm God or I'm not. I'll say that I'm an aspect of Michael, right? Because I'm a vessel. Like, I know my role here. I don't let that shit get to my head because I can easily be replaced. Like, this is just spirit, bro. This is just spirit. I'm playing my role. Just think of it like a movie. Okay, some people are directors, some people are producers. Those people in this life who have that power, you'll know because they don't let it get to their ego. They see it as a responsibility. It's not like anything to brag about. It's usually a burden. And usually people with that power are like, yo, can someone take this from me? Can I give this? Anytime you see someone being like, oh, hell no. Anytime you see somebody being like, oh, I'm this and I'm major, I'm this, you're probably not, boo. You're probably in your head. Like, I'm sorry. And that doesn't mean you still don't have high energy. It's common to see this with people who have higher power energy, but, like, don't let that wrap up your sense of ego where you lie to yourself, okay? Like, you're not somebody in the Bible. I'm telling you that right now. You're you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's the best thing you care to be. So just keep that in mind. Because this moon in Cancer, the sun in Cancer is having you feel sincerely who you are beyond your family line. Like, that's just the initial, you're not your last name. Like, your last name was given to you. So, like, what is your soul essence beyond that? A lot of people have not accepted that because they have just decided to stay stuck in their physical 3D world identity. But this is going to require more. I'm not just going to say the cheat word multidimensional. Like, this is going to require multiple aspects of you that are still all you in one expression. All right, that's beyond the physical. So really take this in mind, because the moon in Taurus is going to be giving you Easter eggs. It's going to be slowly but surely grounding everything you've awakened on your physical person, so you could change your ideas about it. Moon in Gemini, balsamic, and then boom, take action. Okay. With the moon on Uranus, after the download you had in Aquarius, this is going to now upload on your body new abilities through advanced sensory input and output. So you're hearing frequencies more clearly. You're able to communicate and channel more fluidly, more smoothly. This is also going to ground your ability through your five senses to witness supernatural phenomena. Now that the sun is in Cancer, this is going to be hella psychic. Okay, so with the opposition to the South Node, let this unlock what it has to. Shout out Pluto and Scorpio. And just allow a transit like this to prepare you to harness more natural energy than normal. You'll be harnessing more electricity through your brain than normal. And Venus in Gemini will be connecting you with true insight, speaking to the hearts of others who connect with you. And that will require being open, being still, and not trying to be someone you're not, okay? And not believing in this dumbass sidereal astrology too. Don't be stupid out here, folks. Be you. Godspeed.